Satbir Singh welcome you on YouTube channel of Unacademy, that is CASATBIR. Friend, here we are taking live classes on GST, and if you have any doubt relating to the classes, please ask me on unacademy.com. You can subscribe my classes. So this is YouTube channel of Unacademy, that is CASATBIR. So these classes are useful for CS student, tax profession, graduate. So you can share these classes with your friends and relatives so that they can understand the concept. Friends, in this class we will discuss GST audit provisions, but before starting you can use referral code CASATBIR and you can get 10% discount on a subscription on unacademy.com/plus website, where I'm also taking live classes on GST, income tax, as well as other educators are teaching online. Friends, so there are so many benefits of taking subscription on Academy Plus. You can learn from your favorite teacher. You can participate in dedicated doubt sessions. With one subscription you can have unlimited access. You can do real-time interaction with the teacher. You can ask doubt in live class, and you can download the videos and watch offline. So friend, let us start today's class. GST audit provisions. Audit can be undertaken in case of the taxable persons, unregistered person, registered persons, or all of the above. So what is the correct answer here? Because multiple choice questions can also come in your exam. Answer is audit can be done only in case of the registered persons. Who is registered under GST? If the person is not registered, then GST department cannot order audit of the person under GST. So here, what is the meaning of audit under GST? Audit means examination of records, returns, and other documents. So not only return will be examined, but any record or document which is maintained and furnished by the registered person under the act or the rules or under any other law. Say the document are maintained under the Companies Act, then those documents can also be checked for the time in force to verify the correctness of the turnover declared. Why GST audit will be done? To ensure that whatever turnover the person has declared in the GST returns, it is correct, or in the financial taxes paid are correctly paid. Whatever refund he has claimed under GST, it is correctly claimed, and input as credit availed is correctly, and to assess his compliance with the provision of this act and the rules. So to assess that whether the person has properly complied Eway Bill provisions and other provisions relating to the returns, audit can be done under GST. So under GST, audit is of three types. It is turnover based audit, second is audit by tax authorities, third is special audit. So first of all we will discuss turnover based audit. So there are three types of audit. Audit by a chartered accountant, cost accountant, which we say a turnover based audit. That is, if the person's turnover exceed 2 crore rupees, then he is liable to get his account audited from a chartered accountant or cost accountant. Second is audit by the department. Even if the person is not liable to get its audited, his financial audited under GST, even then GST department can order audit of any person even if the turnover is below 2 crore. Commissioner or any officer authorized by him by general or special order may conduct the audit of any registered persons. Whether it will be conducted monthly, yearly, half yearly, annually, it will be decided by the commissioner itself. Third kind of audit is the special audit. If during the stage of scrutiny, inquiry, investigation, or any other proceeding, GST department is of the opinion that the value has not been correctly declared, that is the turnover on which you are required to pay GST has not been correctly declared, that is the transaction value, or the credit availed is not within the normal limit. Now what is normal limit? It has not been defined in the GST. Suppose the person has claimed excessive credit under GST, so his special audit can be ordered by the GST department. Department may order special audit. It will be conducted by either chartered accountant or the cost accountant. Whether it can be appointed by the taxpayer, answer is no. It will be nominated by the GST department. So GST department will nominate, and then it will conduct the special audit. So multiple choice questions can be: for turnover during a financial year exceed dash, then accounts to be audited by chartered accountant or cost accountant. It is 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, or 5 crore. So you can pause recording of this lecture, then you can decide. Correct answer is 2 crore. If a turnover during a financial year exceeds the specified limit, then accounts get audited by a chartered accountant, cost accountant, either A or B, both A and B. So whether only chartered accountant can do audit under GST, or even a cost accountant can do audit? Correct answer is either A or B. Either chartered accountant can do the audit or cost accountant can do audit. So audit, first of all, is the turnover based audit, which is done by a chartered accountant and cost accountant. So this is also called a self audit, because if the registered person whose turnover during the financial year exceeds rupees 2 crore rupees, then he has to get his account audited on itself from a chartered accountant or cost accountant. So aggregate turnover will be taken on all India level basis, which we will discuss, and it has to submit the audited annual account, a reconciliation statement, and other document in form and manner as will be prescribed. Whether the turnover of 2 crore needs to be taken on all India or state wise. Section 35 uses the term turnover, whereas this rule 83 uses the turnover aggregate turnover. So there is a difference in the wording that is used in the section and the rule. Aggregate turnover is PAN based, while turnover in a state and UT is similarly worded, except to the extent that turnover in a state is taken for this purpose. Therefore, the turnover used in section 35 ought to be understood as aggregate turnover, and all the taxpayer who had their aggregate turnover exceeding 2 crore rupees on all India PAN level basis, PAN India, should get their account audited from a chartered accountant or cost accountant. Suppose the company is having a branch in Punjab and Haryana. In Punjab, turnover is say 1.5 crore, and in Haryana 1.5 crore. So the total turnover is exceeding 2 crore rupees. So it's liable to get his account audited from a chartered accountant or cost accountant. Second audit is audited by the tax authority, that is audited by the GST authorities. So what is audited by tax authority? Commissioner or officer authorized by him by way of general or special order may undertake the audit of the registered person for the period and frequency as will be determined. So for this purpose, Rule 101 has been made as to how this audit will be done. Whether any reason to believe or evidence required for initiation of audit under 65. What is the correct answer? Reason to believe is prerequisite for initiation of audit under 65. Proper evidence is a prerequisite for initiation of audit under 65. A and B. No, section 65 does not specify any of the requirement. Correct answer is section 65 does not specify that reason to believe is necessary. If the commissioner thinks that audit has to be done, he can order the audit. Whether audit by officer can be done for a person other than the registered person. Correct answer is no. Audit by officer can be ordered only of those persons who are registered under GST. If the person is not registered and his turnover is greater than say 20 lakh, he is supplying services, he was liable to be audited, but he was liable to be registered, but his audit cannot be ordered. Other action can be taken by the GST officer under other provisions, but not under section 65. Person should be registered, only then audit can be ordered. Who is authorized to undertake the audit of a registered person? Commissioner of CGST, Commissioner of SGST, any officer authorized by Commissioner of CGST, Commissioner of SGST by way of general or special order, only A or B. So correct answer is A or B, that is the commissioner himself or any officer authorized by commissioner can do this audit. So who has the power to conduct audit under GST? Deputy or Assistant Commissioner Central Excise has been nominated as the officer for the purpose of conducting the audit under GST. Similarly, under state government, proper officer for the purpose of SGST has been specified. Key point for GST audit are that if audit is ordered by GST department, then no reason is required that why audit has to be done. Even if you have supplied everything correctly, even then audit can be ordered, and only audit of the registered person can be done, not the person who was required to audit and are not registered. Appointment of officer for audit. As of now, 48 commissioner of central tax audit have been appointed by the government for the purpose of audit. So where can audit be conducted by tax authorities, whether it should be at the taxpayer premises or in the office of the GST department? Officer may conduct audit at the place of the business of the registered person or in their office. So they have the option, they can call for the books in the office or they can also conduct at the place of the business of the registered person. Tax authority may conduct audit under 65 at the place of the business of the registered person, place of the residence of the registered person, office of the tax authorities, A or C. Correct answer is either at the place of the business of the registered person or at the office of the tax authorities. Audit can be conducted. So what will be the period of audit if it is by a tax authority under GST Act? So period of audit to be conducted under this section shall be a financial year or part thereof or multiple thereof. So it is not necessary that audit will be done for 1 year. Even for 1 month or 6 months audit can be ordered, or even for the 2 years audit can be ordered. So it is depending upon the commissioner that how he can order. So here the word in green, that is part thereof, has been inserted with from 31st December 2018, because earlier either audit can be ordered for the entire financial year or for multiple thereof, but not for part of the financial year. So now part of the financial year audit can also be ordered. Even for 2 months and 6 months audit can be ordered. So frequency of audit by GST authority can be for a financial year, part of the financial year, multiples financial year, all of the above. Correct answer is period of audit to be conducted under section 61 of section 65 shall be for a financial year or part thereof or multiple thereof. So all of the above is the correct answer. How registered person will be informed if audit is conducted by tax authority under GST Act? So registered person will be informed by way of notice. Not less than 15 working days notice will be issued prior to the conduct of the audit under section 65. So this rule is given 101 as to how the audit will be conducted under the GST Act. So registered person is required to be informed about the conduct of the audit by GST authorities. Is it true or false? So this is true, that the registered person required to be given notice prior to the conduct of the audit. Prior to the conduct of the audit under 65, the registered person shall be informed by way of notice sufficiently in advance. Not less than 15 working days, not less than 30 working days, not less than 10 working days, no prior intimation. So correct answer is not less than 15 working days. So GST officer will not come on a surprise visit and will do your audit. He will give 15 working days advance notice, so you can arrange your documents and you can be ready for the audit. How notice will be issued if the audit is by tax authority under GST Act? So where it is decided to undertake the audit of a registered person in accordance with the provision of section 65, the proper officer shall issue notice in form GST ADT 1 in accordance with the provision of the said section. So this is the format in which notice will be issued. So notice for audit shall be given in which form in case audit is conducted by GST authorities? Correct answer is in ADT 1 form. So the ADT means audit, so the chapter name and form name are given, so that in short form you can correlate these forms and the chapter. What is to be given if the audit is conducted by tax authority under the GST Act? During the course of the audit, authorities or the officer may require the registered person to afford him the necessary facility to verify the books of account and other document and to furnish such information as he may require and render assistance for timely completion of the audit. So it is necessary that the person is required to provide the facility so that the GST officer can conduct the audit on a timely basis. If he require any other information or assistance, it is the responsibility of the taxpayer that to provide this information assistance so that he can timely conduct his audit. So multiple choice question can be in this form that can be asked in exam. During the course of audit, the authorized officer may require the registered person to afford him the necessary facility to verify the books of account or other document as he may require, to furnish such information as he may require, and render assistance for timely completion of the audit. A and or B, none of the above. So correct answer is A or B. Assistance will be provided and facility will be provided. So what are the obligations of the taxable person if he receive the notice from the GST department for the purpose of audit? So if he receive the notice, then he has to facilitate the verification of the account and record available. He has to provide the information as the authority may require for the conduct of the audit, and he has to render assistance for timely completion of the audit. So what are the documents to be made available for the audit? So once the GST audit is ordered, then record as prepared or maintained by the registered person and declared to the proper officer, like trial balance, statement of annual account, cost audit report, income tax audit report, or any other relevant record. This should be made available so that a GST officer can correlate the turnover declared in the GST return and in the financial the turnover that he declared. Apart from that, such record shall be made available for scrutiny by the officer, by the audit party, or by the chartered accountant or cost accountant, because chartered accountant, cost accountant can also be nominated by the GST department to do the audit in special cases. So these record will be made available to them, and within a period of 15 working day time will be given from the day when such a demand is made. Whenever the document is asked by the GST officer, at least 15 working days time will be given. So here the word working day have been written on 15 days, and this period may be allowed, and further period may be allowed by the officer or the audit party or chartered accountant or cost accountant if request is made that time will take to arrange the documents. Then further time can be taken to reply. So what will be the checked by the audit party if audit is by the tax authority? So in this case, GST department or the chartered accountant, cost accountant will check the documents on the basis with the books of accounts are maintained. So he will reconcile books of account and the GST returns and statement which are furnished under the GST Act. He will check whether the exemption under GST has been correctly claimed, deduction has been correctly claimed. He will also check the rate of the tax applied, inspect of supply of goods and service. He will also check input as credit availed and utilized, in GST refund claimed, and other relevant issue. Within how much time audit is to be completed if audit is conducted by the tax authorities? So it's important that audit has to be completed within 3 months from the commencement of the audit. So this 3 months date will be counted from the date on which records are made available by the registered person or the actual institution of the audit at the place of the business, whichever is later. Time limit for completion of the audit under 65 is 6 months from the date of the commencement of the audit, 3 months from the date of commencement of audit, 1 year from the commencement of the audit, or none of the above. Correct answer is within 3 months from the date of commencement of the audit it has to be completed. So in this case, for example, notice for the audit was served to a company on 20th January 2020 by GST department, and required information was given by a company on 25th April 2020. So the audit officer visited the place of the business on 26th May 2020. What is the last date within which the audit is to be completed? Friends, in this case within 3 months audit has to be completed. So in this case it will be 3 months from 26 May 2020, that is the date on which the audit officer visited the premises. From that date 3 months period will be counted, and this 3 months period can be further extended for 6 months. So whether the time period of completion of audit can be extended if audit is conducted by the tax authority, Answer is yes. Where the commissioner is satisfied that the audit of the registered person cannot be completed within 3 months, then he will record the reason in writing, and thereafter he will extend for further 6 months. This period can be further extended for 6 months. So multiple choice question can be where the commissioner is satisfied that audit under section 65 inspect of such registered person cannot be completed within 3 months from the date of commencement of the audit, the time limit can be extended by a further period not exceeding 6 months, by further period not exceeding 3 months, by a further period not exceeding 9 months, no extension of time limit permissible. Correct answer is by a further period not exceeding 6 months. So whether reply can be filed to observation if audit is by the tax authorities. In this case, proper officer may inform the registered person of the discrepancy noticed, if any, as observed in the audit, and the said person will file the reply to the proper officer, and thereafter the proper officer will consider this reply before finalizing his audit report. What will be given to the registered person after audit is completed if audit is conducted by the GST authorities? So on the conclusion of the audit by the GST officer, within 30 days he will inform the registered person whose record are audited about the findings, his right and obligation, and the reason for such findings. Who will inform the taxpayer? For this purpose, Deputy Assistant Commissioner of Central Tax has been designated as the proper officer for the purpose of informing the audit finding to the taxpayer. How audit finding will be informed if audit is by tax authorities? So on the conclusion of the audit, proper officer will inform the finding of the audit to the registered person in form GST ADT 02 form. Audit form will be received that these are the conclusion of the audit and these are the shortcomings and discrepancies by the person. What will be done after audit completion if audit is conducted by the tax authorities? So when the audit is conducted and there is a deduction of tax not paid by the person, or tax is short paid by the person, or tax is erroneously refunded, or input tax credit is wrongly availed or utilized, then proper officer can take action under section 73 or under section 74. Section 74 deal that the tax is not paid, short paid, erroneously refunded, or wrong input tax credit availed or utilized due to the reason of fraud, willful misstatement, or suppression effect. And section 73 deal with other than fraud or willful misstatements, say by mistake you have paid wrong taxes, not due to fraud. So who will issue demand notice after GST audit by the authorities? In this case, Superintendent of Central Tax has been designated as the proper officer for the purpose of raising the demand. So he will issue demand notice after the audit report is received by the GST department. Whether reason to believe is required if audit is conducted by the GST authorities? Answer is no. Section 65 does not specify that reason to believe is necessary. Even though you have correctly filed your GST returns and paid taxes correctly, even then Commissioner can order audit of any registered person under GST. So Commissioner for this purpose can issue the general order or special order to conduct the audit at any frequency and in the manner as will be prescribed. So after studying these two kind of audit, turnover based audit and audit by tax authority, now let us discuss what is special audit under GST. So what is special audit under GST? If investigation is done by the GST department and during the stage of scrutiny, inquiry, investigation or other proceeding before him, any officer not below the rank of assistant commissioner is of the view, having regard to the nature and complexity of the case and in the interest of the revenue, that value has not been correctly declared or credit availed is not within the normal limit. So it is not defined what is normal limit under GST. So if the person has claimed ineligible credit which he cannot claim and value has not been correctly declared, then he can special audit. So this GST audit will not be conducted by the GST department, it will be conducted by the chartered accountant and the cost accountant, which will be nominated by the commissioner. For this, it is necessary to take prior approval of the commissioner to get its account audited. So this can be multiple choice questions. Special audit under 66 can be directed at any stage of scrutiny, inquiry, investigation or other proceeding having regard to the nature and complexity of the case. If any officer not below the rank of the assistant commissioner is of the opinion that value has not been correctly declared, credit available not within the normal limit, or assessee does not cooperate. A or B? Correct answer is A or B, that is if is of the opinion that transaction value has not been correctly declared or credit available not within the normal limits. Special audit can be directed by a proper officer if he is of the opinion that value require verification, value has been overstated, value has not been correctly stated, or all of the above. Correct answer is value has not been correctly stated. So who can direct the registered person to get his account and record specially audited under 66? An officer not below the rank of assistant commissioner with the prior approval of the commissioner, an officer not below the rank of joint additional commissioner with prior approval of chief commissioner, an officer not below the rank of chief commissioner with the prior approval of the principal chief commissioner, none of the above. Correct answer is A, that is officer not below the rank of assistant commissioner with the prior approval of the commissioner. Who is authorized to conduct the special audit including books of account? Chartered accountant as may be nominated by the commissioner, cost and works accountant as may be nominated by the commissioner, A or B. B, any officer as may be nominated by additional director. Correct answer is chartered accountant or cost accountant can conduct special audit. They may be nominated by the GST department. So what if the audit is already conducted or being conducted? Suppose the taxpayer has turnover was greater than 2 crore, his audit is already done by the chartered accountant. Even then another audit, that is special audit, can be ordered by the GST department. So this audit will be in addition to the audit already conducted under any other statute. Section 66 override the provision of any audit conducted under this sector or under any other law. If account of registered persons are already audited under other act or CGST Act, whether special audit can be ordered under CGST Act? So this is a section we say that notwithstanding that account of the registered persons have been audited under any other provision of this act or any other law for the time in force, audit can be ordered under section 66, that is special audit. So how notice of special audit will be sent? Where special audit required to be conducted under section 66, officer will issue the direction form ADT 3 to the registered person to get his account audited by a chartered accountant or cost accountant. So what are the documents that will be made available? Trial balance, annual financial account, cost audit, income tax audit, and any other relevant record will be made available so that GST department can conduct this audit. So these records will be made available for scrutiny by a proper officer, audit party, chartered accountant, cost accountant within 15 working days from the date when such demand is made. Or this period can be extended by CA or the officer to provide these documents to the officer. So when should special audit be completed under GST Act? Chartered accountant, cost accountant nominated within 90 days will submit the report to the assistant commissioner. So whether this period can be extended. So this period can be extended on an application made to him by the registered person or the chartered accountant. So even the registered person can make the application that he not in a position to complete this audit within 90 days, or chartered accountant or cost accountant can also make this application and can extend this period for a further period of 90 days. So time limit to submit report of the audit under section 66 is within the period of 90 days without any extension of time, within the period of 60 days without any extension of time, within the period of 90 days, Assistant Commissioner may, on an application made to him in this behalf or for any material and sufficient reason, extend the period by another 90 days. Or none of the above. Correct answer is C. This period can be extended by the Commissioner for further 90 days. So how a registered person will be informed about completion of special audit? On conclusion of the special audit, a registered person shall be informed of the finding of the special audit in form GST Audit 04. Whether a registered person can file objection if any material is gathered against him in special audit. So registered person will be given an opportunity of being heard in respect of the material gathered on the basis of special audit, which will be proposed to be used in any proceeding against him. So who will pay the audit fees or expenses if special audit is ordered by the GST department? In this case, expense of the examination including remuneration of chartered accountant and cost accountant will be determined by the commissioner, and only commissioner, that is the government, will pay this fees and the amount. So expense of audit under section 66 is determined and paid by the commissioner, deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner with prior approval of commissioner, the registered person, or any of the above. Correct answer is the commissioner. So what can be done on the basis of the result of the special audit? On the basis of special audit, if it is find out that the person has not paid the tax, short paid, or erroneously refunded, or claimed input as credit with wrongly availed or utilized, then under section 73 or 74 action can be taken against the person. So after the special audit, this action can be taken. So action would also depend on whether the taxpayer voluntarily pay the requisite tax or interest and penalty, because if the taxpayer pay the requisite tax with 18% interest and 15% penalty, no notice will be issued by the GST department. If after the issue of the notice, taxpayer pay tax plus 18% interest plus 25% penalty within 30 days, then whatever proceeding is there, it will be dropped. And post adjudication, in case he pay requisite tax 18% plus interest plus 50% penalty within 30 days of the order, then proceeding will be dropped against the person. So who can raise GST demand after special audit? Superintendent of Central Tax is the officer who will raise this demand and against the person. So we have discussed that if a turnover during a financial exceeds rupees 2 crore, then the person is liable for tax audit based on turnover, which will be by a chartered accountant or cost accountant. Audit will be done. So friends, these are some of the provisions relating to audit under GST. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me during this class, or on Unacademy.com. You can join my profile Satbir Singh. You can use the referral code CASATBIR and you can get 10% discount. I am taking live GST and income tax classes, so you can ask your doubts. India's top educator teaching there. You can learn from your favorite teacher. You can ask your doubt. With one subscription, you can have unlimited access of all CA exam subjects, CA Inter, CA Foundation. You can do real-time interaction with the teacher. You can ask doubt in live class. You can download the videos and watch offline. So friends, if you have any question, you can join my profile Satbir Singh on Unacademy.com and you can ask. Thank you friends for watching this lecture.